13 Action News starts now with breaking news.
As we come on the air at 6 o'clock, we continue our coverage out of the Vatican. The Cardinals announcing early this morning that Pope Francis is dead at the age of 88. Welcome in this morning. I'm Claire Mitchell.
And I'm James Starks. We do have continuing coverage of the Pope's death all morning long. The Vatican says Pope Francis passed away in the Vatican around 1:35 local time. And this comes just one day after he made that appearance at the Vatican for Easter Sunday's Mass.
Now, as we've reported on, Pope Francis spent much of February and March in the hospital.
Officials say he battled double pneumonia for nearly 5 weeks. He returned to the Vatican back on March 23rd. As of right now, a cause of death has not yet been released.
And with that, let's take a live look here at the Vatican. People continuing to gather in the St. Peter's Square there, paying their respects, seeing lots of people there. Make sure you stick with us throughout the morning and throughout the day as we learn more on this.
And of course, we'll have much more coverage on the Vatican in a moment. But first, some early morning rain starting to make its way in.
Yeah, let's send things over here to First Alert meteorologist Ross Ellett. Ross, what should people know before they head out the door?
Well, we are looking at showers moving in across the area, and those thunderstorms here are off towards our north right now. So this rain isn't particularly heavy, but I would plan on there being some rain for that morning commute, especially if you're about ready to leave right now, and especially if you're from Toledo westward. You got a little extra time there in Sandusky and also Norwalk. So from Toledo, Bowling Green and Findlay, we're right on the leading edge of that band of rainfall right now. No lightning and thunder with it. Most of this is light, but again, enough to turn on the wipers, enough maybe to just prompt you to take the umbrella this morning. Temperatures there still warming up. Right now we're at 48 in Monroe, Toledo at 52 degrees. Think about it. Right now we're starting off pretty close to where we were for a high yesterday, and temperatures will continue to warm. Right now Lima 63 degrees already. Out the door forecast showing morning rain. For the afternoon, we will get more sunshine mixing here with a few clouds, and we'll get strong winds. Temperatures this evening will begin to drop off fairly quickly there. By 5 p.m., we're at 66 degrees. So typically this time of the year, 5 o'clock is kind of our time for the high temperature. We'll get that in the early afternoon today, and we'll be around 70 degrees for it.
Thank you, Ross. We continue our breaking news coverage. At 88 years old, Pope Francis had left behind a legacy, including becoming the first Latin American pontiff.
ABC's Raina Roy takes a look back at his life.
He was known as the People's Pope, humble yet treated like a rock star. Pope Francis is credited with revitalizing the Catholic Church. He entered the papacy in the wake of a shocking historic announcement. In February of 2013, Pope Benedict XVI declared that he would be the first pontiff in 600 years to leave the throne of St. Peter alive. That brought the College of Cardinals to Rome to select his successor. After the white smoke poured from the chimney of the Sistine Chapel, the new pontiff, previously known as Argentina's Cardinal Jorge Bergoglio, stepped onto the balcony.
Buonasera.
The former janitor and nightclub bouncer became the first Jesuit pope, the first from the New World, and the first pope ever to take the name Francis, in honor of St. Francis of Assisi, who was devoted to the poor. Pope Francis carried that dedication to the less fortunate, washing the feet of prisoners and displaying unprecedented familiarity for a pope, often opting to ride in an open-air car instead of the bulletproof Pope-mobile so he could be closer to the people, regularly stepping out to shake hands and share a tender embrace. His wardrobe less pomp than his predecessors, and his opinions set him apart as well.
Sono scomunicati.
He eased the hard stance the church previously held on gays in the church, saying a gay person who follows God, who am I to judge him?
Tolleranza zero.
And he declared zero tolerance for child sex abuse, a problem that's plagued the church for decades. Pope Francis made history declaring Popes John XXIII and John Paul II saints. The canonization ceremony also attended by Pope Emeritus Benedict. Pope Francis left his mark, changing the church and the hearts of so many. Raina Roy, ABC News, New York.
And right now, Vice President J.D. Vance, who is in India, is now speaking on the Pope's death. You see him right here. About 24 hours ago, we had a brief visit with the Pope on Easter Sunday. Today, Vance says that he knew the Pope was gravely ill, but says his heart goes out to millions of Christians, and he was happy to see the pontiff. yesterday.
So with the death in this Catholic church, many may be left wondering what's next. When the Pope dies, a funeral is traditionally very elaborate, but Pope Francis approved plans for his funeral to be less complex. The new Pope has to be chosen by the Catholic Church's most senior officials, known as the College of Cardinals. There are currently 252 Catholic cardinals, 138 of whom are eligible to vote for the new Pope. During the time between the Pope's death and the election of his successor, the College of Cardinals governs the church. All right, and with that breaking news, and you want to stay up to date on this, make sure you have that 13 Action News app downloaded on your phone. It's a free download in your app store. You can also scan that QR code on your screen.